You know, almost every piece of software you use is built to help us remember, to save things. But what if a tool was designed for the exact opposite? Today, we're going to look at something called the Entropy Browser, an application that's built to help you forget. And this is the whole idea right here, the core philosophy. Memories cannot be kept. It's this simple, kind of somber statement that immediately tells you, okay, this is not your typical app. And that leads us to the central question it just forces you to ask yourself. In an age where every single click, every photo, every message is saved and synced forever, this project just stops and asks, what if we design things for the opposite? Forgetting. Okay, so let's dig into what that actually means. The Entropy Browser was created to be a direct challenge to our, deep-seated obsession with digital permanence, with this need to hold on to every single bite of our lives. This table just lays out the difference in thinking so clearly. I mean, we are so used to a digital world built on save, archive, and sync. The Entropy Browser comes along and offers a totally different vocabulary. Decay, scatter, forget. It's a complete inversion of everything we've been trained to expect from our software. And this is what the creators call it an anti-app. It's basically software that intentionally works against the normal goals of, productivity and saving all your data. Its entire purpose, its whole reason for being, is just to help you let go. Now, this isn't just some quirky little tool. It's a project with a really deep philosophical foundation. So let's take a look at the manifesto, the why behind this whole thing. And the crucial point is right here. The creators are super explicit about this. They say, this is not an app, it's a meditation on loss. So don't think of this as utility. Think of it as an experience, a digital space designed to help you just contemplate the nature of memory and loss itself. And it makes total sense that this project came out of Dreamwear 2025. I mean, that's an event specifically for projects that blend technology with these huge philosophical questions. This isn't just code, it's software as art, as a form of inquiry. Okay, so we've got the philosophy, but how in the world do you translate an idea like impermanence into an actual user experience? Well, let's look at the features that make this concept something you can actually touch and interact with. All right, this is the really cool part, the core mechanic. When you type, your words don't just appear on a screen. No. Each letter becomes a physical object, a rigid body, as they call it, with its own mass and friction. And then gravity just takes over, and your thoughts, they literally fall and pile up at the bottom of the screen, like digital debris. And the whole environment is designed to boost this feeling. It's not some clean, modern interface. It uses these really cool effects like old-school CRT scan lines, a vignette, even floating dust particles, all to create this moody kind of ethereal void. It's a space that feels like it's totally outside of time. And here's where you come in. Your cursor isn't just a pointer. It actually creates a repulsion field. So you can move it through that pile of fallen letters and you're literally scattering the physical remnants of your own thoughts. You are, in a very real sense, actively disturbing the past. But your words, they're only given this brief, fleeting moment of clarity. After just 8 seconds, that's 8,000 milliseconds, the process of decay begins. And that decay isn't instant. It's not just poof and it's gone. It's this slow, deliberate fade that takes a full 4 seconds to complete, forcing you to watch as that thought just disappears into nothing. So, you might be wondering, how is all of this complex physics and visual simulation even possible in a web browser? Let's take a quick peek under the hood at the tech that makes this whole ephemeral experience work. So the stack is actually pretty modern, but the two really crucial pieces that make all the magic happen are Matter.js, that's the physics engine, giving each letter its weight and making it fall, and then React 3 Fiber, which is what renders the entire 3D scene right there in your browser, and does it without slowing everything down to a crawl. And to make sure this all runs buttery smooth, they made some really smart architectural choices. Things like rendering directly to the canvas and throttling state updates. That might sound super technical, but what it means for you is that the whole experience is fluid and responsive. It can handle hundreds of falling letters at once without your computer just grinding to a halt. Okay, let's bring this all together now. What is the ultimate takeaway here? Well, the project isn't just about showing off some cool technology. It's really about creating a totally new kind of digital ritual. The source material uses this incredibly powerful term, digital memento mori. Now, a memento mori is traditionally an object that serves as a reminder of death, of mortality. In this case, the Entropy Browser is a reminder that our thoughts, our data, our digital selves, everything is ultimately transient. It doesn't last forever. And this just summarizes the entire experience so beautifully as a kind of four-step ritual. First, you acknowledge a thought just by typing it. Then, you feel its weight as it physically falls. Next, you can disturb the past by scattering the debris. And finally, you accept impermanence as it fades away. See? It's a complete meditative cycle. So we end right where we began, with a question. This project, it kind of acts like a mirror, right? It reflects our own digital hoarding back at us and asks a really simple but profound question. In a world that is obsessed with saving every single memory, what are you willing to let go of?